Oh my gosh. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show, man. This is your man, BeatsbyLonza, back in the building, and we got a producer circle tonight. And we're talking all things MPC. We're talking all things MPC Sample. And we have a distinguished level of people on the dang pod today. So, first of all, we got Blatantly Blatant Network in the building. Want to give him a round
Salute,
of
salute.
applause.
Salute to the chat. It's good, my
We got my
guys.
man Daysun Civil in the building. Civil
What's
Days
up,
Music
everybody?
Sun Civil Media in the building. And we also got my man Beats in Bed rolling
What's
up in the
good? What's
building.
good?
You know
How
what
y'all
I'm
doing,
saying?
man?
Bedroom Beats. And last but certainly not least, we have DC Carson in the building.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so this is the way we're gonna do it. All right, check it out. So told you we're gonna talk about everything NPC, but let me tell y'all why we're qualified to talk to you about NPCs. All right, first of all, we got Blatantly Blatant Network. If you've seen him on YouTube, he has over 20,000 subscribers and almost 2,000 videos where he has beat making content, NPC tutorials, Serato Studio with the slab, you know what I'm talking about. And then he has his commentary shows like Blatant Thoughts, and he's always doing sample flips and stuff like that. Now, if you are interested in a community that likes to do gear exploration, you want to be entertained, you got to check out my man Blatantly Blatant Network. You know what I'm saying? So now the next
Salute.
person I want to talk to you all about is Daysun Civil. Now between all of us, we have 100 years. Get this, we have 100 years of experience in music production and entertainment. So wrap your head around that. So next we got Daysun Civil, right? So Daysun Civil is also special because not only is he a producer, he's a songwriter, a poet, an educator. He's the founder of Sun Civil Media, which was formerly Civil Days Music. So again, if you search the YouTubes, you know about his MPC tutorials, you know about his sound design joints, you know about his production wisdom, which he's also coming to you all with a real heart, and you can see that in his channel. And he has over 5,000 subscribers and almost 700. I think he has over 700 videos. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but he got a plethora of videos, and you can tell by the subscribers that he got on his channel that he is doing his thing. He know what he's talking about. Now, the next person we got is Beats in Bed. He's one of the fast growing creators on YouTube. He's an educator in the bedroom producer community, known for producing high quality MPC expansion packs. I know y'all have seen the freaking Bedroom Breaks Volume 1. I know you've seen the Bedroom Breaks Volume 2, which is Dirty Laundry. That's one of my favorites. And he has a strong community of ratings of people who want to hear punchy, ready to flip drum textures, and they love his beat making breakdowns and his gear insight into beat making. And last but not least, make sure I didn't forget nobody. You got your man Beats by Lonze in a building, and he's the drum machine specialist. Did I talk about DC Carson? No, I didn't
Yeah.
talk about DC Carson. DC Carson, last but not least, listen, DC Carson is special. Let me tell you why he's special. Not only does he have one MPC 3000, he has two MPC 3000, and
Let me
he has
hold one of those, man.
offered he has not offered to give me one. You know that that's the only machine that I don't have in my studio. He hadn't offered to give me one. So, let me tell you why DC is special. All right, not only is he a veteran for the MPC community and the music community, he is an Army pilot, retired. Get that in your mind. Not only can he freaking shoot you from the air, he can shoot you to the beat, and he can command the ground combat, come to your house if you saying something stupid on YouTube. So y'all be careful when y'all come in on YouTube. Now, he also has a catalog of R&B and neo soul music, gospel ballads. He plays the piano. He creates guitars. He plays guitar, keyboard, all that. And you can check out his album. It's called Riding Reels Volume 1. He also has Riding Reels Volume 2. So check him out on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, and That's our distinguished panel right there.
Ooh.
Woo! Now let's get
Alright.
Beautiful.
shout out to my man, the Crazy Rabbit, in the building. And we
What's
also
up,
got
Crazy Rabbit? What's the word,
DJ
my man?
Kaito K, which is my cousin. Being in the building. Welcome everybody to the show. And yeah, Wabbit, what's up, man? We appreciate you being here in the building. And y'all go and subscribe to his channel and check out his music and what he does with his platform. So, all right, we here to talk about a couple things. So we want to start out with what, Beats and Bed? Tell us what we're going to start out with.
We got to talk about the sample, man. One of my favorite MPCs right now. We got to talk about it.
MPC Sample. So let me ask y'all a question really quick. Like I'm gonna put a poll up to the audience, right? Since Beats and Bet said that is his favorite machine, I want to know which machine did Akai knock out of the park. So you got number 1, the MPC Live 3, the MPC Sample, the MPC XL, and number 4, you don't care. So in the comment section, I want y'all to tell us which one of those machines that Akai knocked out of the park, and we're gonna talk about the MPC Sample. So let's talk about the MPC Sample. So blatantly, tell me if you can name 3 things about this freaking MPC Sample that you like. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what it is that you like about it.
Well, first thing would be the USB-C, hands down, because that's what got me hyped about the Live 3 and any other MPC that comes after that because of the capabilities just of that alone. And having my phone, and then with me having all the AUV3s, that was the biggest reason. So I basically I don't need Omnisphere. I don't need none of that when I have it in my pocket. And then I have this Pure Synth that has like a whole bunch of, so that's one. Second would be, of course, the size factor. Like, I mean, you can't complain. Like, it's right there, bada boom, bada bing. You can take it with you. And honestly, most of the stuff I do, I can get a whole beat done right here. I don't do too much complex stuff. So, and then the third would be, the third would just be, it's an NPC. To be honest with you, I guess call me an NPC fanboy, so.
I like those answers. Okay, so I think DC, because you've been starting a lot of drama on the YouTube and Facebook. Which machine is best? Can this machine compare with this machine? So I want you to talk to us a little bit about what were your thoughts when you came up with the concept of comparing the MPC Sample with some of the machines that you have in your studio.
All right. So of course, like behind you see the 3000 ASR 10, and it's a bunch of other stuff in here. The Key 61. The reason why I did that is because in our community, can y'all hear me pretty good?
I can hear you.
In our community, we kind of have this thing where I need more, and I need more, and I need more. But the thing is, sometimes less is more, because at the end of the day is, this whole thing in the military, we talk about that, being proficient at your task. So if you are, let's say your craftsman is your tool. If I get a tool here, but my craftsmanship is down here, I'm right here. Doesn't matter how much power I have, I'm right here. And what I wanted to show people was, because sometimes we can be a gear snob. Like I've had people sit back and say, the samples, can't touch. You don't know nothing about the 3. And I sit here and go, what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about the 3. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's an irrational argument, but it's not an argument on facts. It's on feelings. The thing is, and feelings aren't facts. The thing is, my reason for getting this wants to show is that you can take this thing and do stuff, showing that it was more powerful. And people had the argument. I was saying, this thing is more powerful than the SP1200. I didn't say it sounded the same, but it's more powerful. And my goal was to show how you can take something like that and really work on your craft. But what I found is I wound up grabbing that thing more. Now I have the Live 2 and all that good stuff. But I find myself doing there because I timed it. I can turn it on in 15 seconds. I can get right into a sound. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm scrolling through it. I have my own sounds already. And if you're smart, whenever you log off of that thing, you make a new project, already have some drums set up. So when you turn it on, you can get cranking within 30 seconds. That's what I like about it. It's simplistic. It can get to the point. It's a reason why the AK-47 is the world's most feared weapon, because it's easy, it's cheap, and it does what it needs to do. So I'm gonna call this thing the AK-47 of the drum machine world.
Come on, come
I
on.
like that.
Yeah.
I
I
like
like that. I like that. All right. So listen, we're gonna breeze right on next to our next expert that's on the panel. Now, even though I know he don't have one yet, but he's been eyeing it, and I know he has some thoughts on what he would like to do with it when he get his hands on it. So let's talk to Daysun Civil and see what his thoughts are on the MPC sample.
Well, I gotta say, I love it. The way I envisioned it and thought about it when they really were talking about it was, this is perfect. If you're like a crate digger, you want to go out and get records, and you want to sample some records and make some tracks while you're sampling. You don't have to carry all this bulky equipment with you or portability. Everybody was taking their lives or their SPs with them. So, but now you got this real small compact thing that you can just put in your bag and just make some beats and crank with it. Now, what I haven't heard, because the SP404's battery is horrible. So I haven't heard anybody complain about the battery life. So I think that would be one of the biggest assets, being portable and having a long time with the MPC sample.
I love.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback off that, yours only died on you one time, right, Lonzo?
Yes, and today was the first time it died on me.
There it is.
So it's incredible, man. Like, I you know what I like about it really is that it is so simple, but they brought everything that I needed in it, like USB-C. Blatant hit on that. But the USB-C is so powerful that not only can you use it with like bringing in your AU plugins, but you can plug it to your computer. And now with the Masada Gold mastering plugin, and also with the freaking the vintage one, and what's the other one called? We got vintage, and what's the other one called?
It's vintage too, right?
The
Talking about
vintage,
the archive?
the archive. Yes, the original was vintage, and then the next one was archive. So now with the archive, now I can actually take this machine and play those sounds through those freaking plugins, standalone on the computer. So that's what I like about the USB-C. And then just now, I will tell you, there's one thing that they missed out on this machine, the freaking speaker. If they would have did some of the speakers that they got on the Live 2 or the Live 3, this machine would have been unstoppable. And it's still unstoppable because the speaker don't stop nothing. You can plug it into your computer, into your interface and your headphones, and you rocking out. So it is an incredible machine. And actually, let's take a break real quick. Like, I know y'all warmed up, but I really want to show y'all something really quick. Like, I told y'all earlier that we are all qualified to talk about this MPC thing, but I want to show you one more other thing while we're qualified to talk about it. So check it out.
5 minds, one sound, turn it up now. Lonzo lean back, say I chase feelings. Catch him in the kitchen while the crowd's still eating. Beats and bed greens, I don't sleep, I loop turn. Late night thoughts to a sunrise. Groove days, jumps in. I paint in rhythm. Color in the cracks make the dough work glisten. Blatantly laughs, I just tell it straight. If the heart don't move, then the track can wait. DC nods.
I'm the glue, I blend. Put the sparks in the jar till they glow again. We all talk crap like a family reunion. 5 different routes, one loud conclusion. Whoa!
5 minds on the one, that's the way we run. From the first loud clap to the last bright sun. If you feel that spark, let it live in your lungs. 5 minds on the one, 5 minds on the one. Hey!
Now, we have about 20 people right now live.
That was dope.
Appreciate it.
That was dope.
There's about 20 people right now watching this live, and these people understand that what we're about to talk about is very, very important in the community. I
I
know
don't
that
think Beats and Beds went. Did Beats and Bed lay out what he liked about the sample?
Oh no, not yet, not yet.
I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back in like 3 seconds. I just wanted to give a shout out to the people that's in the comment section real quick, like before we get overloaded. I know that everybody is streaming live right now from their perspective YouTubes, and so I just want to say hello to all the people that's here in the live right now. We got Makes Uno, we got Linda's son in the building.
What's
He
up,
said
Linda's son?
he's
What's up? What's up?
round of applause for Linda's son and Makes
I
Uno.
love every use of that thing.
Makes Uno says he is glad that they added normalize. We're gonna talk about that too, because I don't know why normalize is important, but I actually know why it's important. But we'll talk about that. So let's see what else we got here. We got DJ Skills is in the building. Skills. Says peace and love to the chat and beyond. And let's see what else we got. That is it. Okay, so now Beats in Bed. I didn't mean to leave you off. I want to hear your thoughts about this MPC sample and what it is that you hate about it and things that you
So I don't hate anything about it, to be honest with you. I think when I first saw it on the pictures and everything online, I thought it was a little ugly. But when I got it in person, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think for me, man, this is probably like, this reminds me a lot of the 1000. I started off on the 2000 and 2000 XL and the 1000. And what I love the most about those, and I'm gonna kind of piggyback off what DC said, is that, you know, you had to really dig into those machines to use them. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have all the VSTs and all of that back then. You know what I mean? So you had to be very intentional about what you were doing. And this reminds me a lot of that. You know, this doesn't have all the scales and all of that. And a lot of people want that, but me personally, I don't. You know, I'm a sample-based producer, and this is what this is. This is a sample machine. You know what I mean? This is for sampling. So I love how simple it is. I love how quick it is. And another thing people don't talk about is how it knocks, man. Like this thing, it's something in here. And I know the compressor's in here, but it's something else in here that makes this thing knock something vicious. So I just love everything about it. And I find myself, like DC said, using this a lot more than I use my flagship joints because it's so portable. I can get right to it. My sounds are already there. It's quick, surprisingly very quick. And it just, man, it's a wonderful tool to get your ideas out there. And that's what I use it for. I get on this thing and I just have a lot of fun. And I'm gonna say something else, man. When it comes to like the flagship machines, I love them to death. It's just, sometimes it can be overkill. And with this, like, it's just simple and I get straight to beats, man. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about this thing. And I don't dislike anything about it. And we'll talk about the normalized thing too, because that's what I want to talk about as well.
Awesome. So we got Muhammad Sheriff Bouchalou, MD, in the building. He said, peace, y'all. Wonderful lineup on this live stream. So salute to Muhammad. I know I messed up your name. I can't even pronounce none of that stuff you got on your name. I don't even know how you type that into your YouTube to find your channel. Goodness gracious. Says facts. I don't want all of the bells and whistles. It causes me to actually use my imagination and create.
Agreed.
I absolutely agree with you. Now let me add to Beats and Bed's conversation. Now, he said there's nothing that he hates on the machine. I will tell you that there's two things that we worked on for days that drove us crazy that we couldn't figure out. The freaking live looping on this thing drove insane. We went to everybody's YouTube page. We're trying to figure out what is the special thing that they're doing to make the live loop work. And guess what? It was something simple, but we wouldn't have never figured it out.
Yeah.
And so I like that about the machine because you're constantly evolving and finding little things and little what do you call it? Easter eggs inside the machine that you figure out, oh, you can do this like this and you can do that like that. And so talking about that, let's talk about this new update that they just came out with. And they put in this function called normalize.
They did. Hey, Lonzo, but before we do that, that live looping, I want to say salute to what's his name, TJ something, because if it wasn't for him, I was watching other people's videos and salute to them, but I could not get it. And the way he broke it down, I was like, boom, okay, I got it now. So salute to TJ, whoever, whatever. I wish I knew his name off top, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Let me ask y'all something too. Do y'all like the workflow that the looping has as far as how you have to stop it right before you get to the next bar? Like, do y'all like that?
I don't have a problem with this because what I would do, all right, let's say we have something, boom. I would play it and then I just wait for it to loop. And now it's going, then I wait for the next one. To me, it loops perfectly fine for me when I do it that way. I don't have to press it. It just, yeah. I like it.
So let me tell you what I did. Oh, go ahead, Lonze.
I was saying that when you do the freaking live looping, you don't even have to stop it before it finishes to get it to loop back. It'll automatically record to the sequence that you put on there to record anyway. So it's kind of, I mean, it works for what it works for, but you don't really have to do all of the intricate details in it. You can still, it's all you're really doing is sampling that audio into a pad, pretty much.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I do with it. I use free. Here's why. Because let's say if I'm playing the bass guitar in it, I can play it 4, 5, 6 times and then just cut out what I want and trim out the rest.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So that's why, like when I did that recreation of Keep On Moving and I played the piano live, I played it all the way through and I was like, all right, this one sounds the best. Cut it, keep it going. And so, I like the looping feature, but I just know for me, I ain't trying to that take real quick when you taking your finger off and sticking it down there. I think it's a powerful thing to have, but I do like doing it free and then just chopping exactly what I want.
I like that. I got you.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, like with that function, it's recording the audio to the pad anyway. So you're either gonna go in and you're gonna chop it, or you're gonna go in and either edit it and then place it in your beat like you want it. So it's perfect for what it is. So let's see. It says Linda's son says, okay, I see now. DBRC did it on his live stream. He changed the sample from free to sequence sample. And then DJ Skill says, yes, I've used the loop, but I didn't finish what his part was. All right, so do y'all think that Akai is going to come out with a new MPC sample version 2?
They'd be a fool not to. That product's hot.
I hope they let it breathe first.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Give it a couple years, let it breathe.
Yes. A few, please.
But the reason why I'm fine with it is because, we talked about like the flagships and all that. There's something called choice overload. And it means is that if you have a bunch of choices available, you won't make the best choice or you won't make a choice at all. It's the kind of same as the fear response. You either fight, freeze, or flee. So when you're in here doing this thing, it's to a point where I have what I have. And at this point, I've never felt like outmatched with it. And that's what I'm really asking the people that are complaining about it, because, there are haters about it. It's like, what is it that you would like to do that this thing doesn't do? I'm still trying to figure that out. You got effects in here. You have a microphone so I can beatbox a part over it. I can take live percussion playing into it. Heck, if you wanted to, you make the loop long enough, you can rap or sing your whole, at least a sketch pad in there. What is it that is about this thing that people are complaining that they wanted to do that it doesn't do, other than maybe you just don't have it in your hand? So that's what I'm saying.
I want to piggyback on that, man. I think these are people that have never had the struggle of using the older MPCs, man. Like, we had to make that thing talk back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is the future right here. I don't know what you can complain about. I really don't. And people are complaining about the live and the XL as well. So that's just the way it goes.
You know what the thing is though? They wanted it to be a smaller one. And I'm like, that concept going into thinking that like y'all was going to be mad anyway. Like when this came out, I would have no expectations. So I'm excited, bro. I love it. Like I said, I have the Live 3. I got the Key 37 here, the Live 2. I've been on this the most. Like, if anything would have happened to this, I would flip this whole house upside down. I'm telling you, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
The wifey threatened me because she know how much this means to me. She said, "Oh, I'll do something to your sample." No,
Oh,
ma'am.
no.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, that's my baby.
Oh no.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So before you go on to the next topic, I want to ask Daysun, what's the reason why you haven't gotten it yet?
Right now it's because I got the XL, you know, I got the Roland SP404, I got the Live 2. I just don't have a need for it right now.
Facts.
You just stunting on us. You stunting on us, man.
No, it's just that I one thing, someone asked me a question on my last video, and you know, I really didn't need the XL. If you think about it, because the XSC could have, you know, kept me going, but I wanted, like, when I hit the button, the software changes. I use the software. I know we'll probably get into that, but I was just thinking about, let me slow it down and let me financially take care of some stuff. And I don't want to be one of those people that, you know, the gas is so much that I'm intoxicated by the fumes, you know. So
I respect that.
This one was heavy. The gas, I ain't gonna lie, this one was heavy on the gas. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
We knew it was coming, and we wanted to see what it was gonna be about. So that's one of the reasons that, you know, that we don't want to be behind the power curve when it comes to machines and how these work in our workflow. So I think that it's not a bad purchase if you can afford it and if it works for you. And like Daysun said, hey, it just ain't in his repertoire. It ain't in his time to get one. Maybe
there's no rush to get it.
Yeah, maybe Santa Claus will bless with one in the next couple months if they become available. But yeah, I want to hear him, but really I want to hear him talk about the XL. Like, I know that he didn't need the XL, but he got the XL. I want to hear about what his feelings are about the power of the XL and why people are not talking about the power of the XL.
I feel like everyone that doesn't have the XL should be quiet. I think they shouldn't say a word. It's like, you ever been driving and you riding in your car and you see a Range Rover? And that Range Rover is not, like, I saw one yesterday. I saw a Range Rover and I was like, 70,000 to 80,000 for that.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know, but that car looks so sweet. And to me, they gave you everything that they've been asking for the past 6 to 7 years. I want the Force. I want a Force 2. I want the Force. Man, if the MPC could do what the Force does, and now you got an MPC that does exactly what the Force does. And then everybody's, oh, it's not good, it's too much. I'm like, you don't know everything it can do. I'm like, this is like a powerhouse. And I mean, it's like when the guys is dating the model and the people like, she ain't all that. I'm like, you not dating the model. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're not dating the model. I am. So just be quiet, sit back, stay where you are. And it's not a stunt. It's not a stunt. So that's why I like to educate people. Like, everybody's talking about this. They're talking about what's wrong with this. But how can you talk what's wrong if you haven't? I can't tell you what a Hummer feels like. I've never been inside a Hummer. You know, I can't tell you what it's like to fly a jet. I've never flown a jet. So I'm not going to sit on here and talk about a piece of gear and talk bad about it, and I don't even know it. You know, I can talk about MPC 2000s. I can talk about MPC 4000s, which was honestly my favorite MPC, even though it lagged a little bit. Then, you know, coming in, I was an early adopter. I went to Machine. And
I did too.
I was an early adopter. I got that Machine Plus. Everybody was ragging me. They was like, ooh, you got the Machine Plus. They with their Akais. They got their Live 2s. And I said, okay, well, let me try the Live 2. Fell in love with it. So I feel like those of you who really want to sample it, and you got a Guitar Center or someplace like that, go there and just start sampling and playing with it and see all the features and things it can do. You don't have to buy it, but just try to experiment before you really talk about it, you know. But once you get into it, you'll see why this is the flagship, because this is really for studios. This is really for those that want to
Yes.
produce records and bring people in. It's not really for like home-based studios, unless you have that home-based studio that is a mammoth and it's doing everything. You're doing TV commercials. You got people stopping by. You got all this stuff. If it's the center of everything, like I love watching Ski Beats and his videos, and you see he has the XL controlling the SP1200, having control of keyboards, modular sense, all that stuff like that. That is what is the point of it is. That's and then dedicating buttons. You got so many buttons. Like I'm hitting the button to go from track to track instead of scrolling to go to track or using my finger to go track to track. I just hit the button. If I wanted to chop, me and Lonza was talking about it. You hit the chop button. If you wanted it, everything is there at your fingertips. So that's what I love about the XL. Man. Sheesh.
Love that explanation about it. Yeah, the XL is so amazing. And on to talk about that conversation we had earlier. When I went to get back on the X special edition, I forgot where the buttons was. Like I was looking for the chop button. And I was like, okay, the chop button's not here. I got to use the freaking screen. I was looking for a couple other buttons that don't exist on the X. And I was like, I've been so enthused with the XL. And then now, because the sample's been here, I put the XL down for a week and I've been straight on the MPC sample every day. So that's something that's happened the last couple of months that's never happened before, where I put down machines and like I've been on one machine like back to back to back to back to back.
Yep.
So that's it's exciting to now to be able to kind of get back into the flow of different machines. But the XL is what you cannot talk bad about the XL unless you actually have one or you put your hands on one or you use it to know the difference between what the power is. And another thing I'll say about that too, and I won't be long-winded, is that the plugins, when I tried to get into the plugins was lagging like a mug. But on this XL, as soon as you click it, it's loaded just like that. It's like immediate, and I was like, okay, that's the problem. Like if I'm on some of the younger generation MPCs, that's the problem, trying to get into the plugins. So that's my feel on that.
And then with the older model ones, you know, like the generation ones, you only get eight eight tracks. You're locked. You know, you got tons of tracks in the XL. So it's really made to progress forward. And Beats and Bid, that video you put out about Akai not wanting to get lost by being only in hardware, that's it. So you got all the software in the box. But to everybody that's complaining, they did what you asked. You asked them to make the Force Force 2. And you asked them to put some of those capabilities that was in the Force in the MPC. And they said, why don't we do that and combine it together? Now we got MPC 3 and we got these devices that work with that. I also think we gotta think about moving forward, because pretty soon I foresee in the future that they're going to make some expansions and some things that are only going to be with the sample, are only going to be for the XL, and they're only going to be for the Live 3. So you got to future-proof yourself as well. I'll hold it there.
Because even on Live 3, they have that features thing now. It's empty. So we still didn't get features yet. So I'm still excited. This still got so much to lay out for us. And then how they implemented the normalize on here just so easy. And then you see that little brackets. I'm like, oh, I said, we're going to get more. So I can't wait.
And also on top of that too, you know, I wanted the XL really bad. I just don't have the room for it.
Me too,
But
bro.
the sample is a great companion to my X that I got from my dog Lonza, by the way. But it's a great companion because I route that through the sample, and then the USB-C puts me, you know, in the new world of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not missing anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I run my X through the software anyway. So for me, I'm good. I'm good for a while.
All right, Skill said before you.
Go ahead. I'll let you do the Lonza.
I'm just gonna read these two things because there's a conversation in that, and then you can go ahead and say what you're about to say. Skill said that he saw a video where you can load programs from the 3.8 software into the sample. And then someone said that Akai is slow rolling the features for hype. Don't let me forget about that comment. I want to comment on this features for hype comment. Then Raul's got a nice sticker pad layout for playing simple major and minor scales using 16 levels of the MPC sample for free. It's worth checking out. Yep, we saw it. Shout out to Raul with the noise. He is a brother in the community, so shout out to him. He's doing
big facts.
Yeah. And Linda's son said, "I'm gonna tell my wife Daysun told me to get it."
Wait, no, Linda's son. I'm vouch for that. This is Lonza's fault. The sample, the Key 37, the Live 3. This is all his fault. That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what? The only reason I don't have an XL is because the Key 61 is I'm enjoying it. If they ever come out with a new one on that one, I'm all on it. It is not even a question about it. So I'm kind of holding it right now because at the end of the day I would say any producer, you know, if you're just somebody that likes it, that's one thing. But if you're trying to be a working producer, which is I'm trying to be, then you want to be wise with your money. So you have to. They are tools. So what capabilities do you want? To me, I can't see how anybody can put it like this. Understand this. I did music in the 70s. I'm old enough, not old. I saw the Commodores, because I'm from Tuskegee, play on a flatbed truck in the city square. There's black excellence all over the place with Tuskegee. But anyway, my first dealings with a drum machine was an SK5 Casio that you sampled, 8-bit, and understand working on did not have a 4-track at the time, but trying to get it. So when I see people talking now, because back then you had to play an instrument, you sang or something like that. So I played drums, but I'm listening to folks and I'm going, do you not understand the struggle that it was back in the day as a teenager trying to get stuff and bag extra groceries and what it is to get you something? So when I listen to folks say, wait a minute, on the XL, you can have unlimited plugins, you got effects, you can lay audio and stuff, or even on the sample, and you complaining?
Come on, bro.
They're going to complain about everything. No matter what they do, they're going to complain. They can put a freaking naked woman inside the machine to come in and they're gonna complain that she got on too much clothes. So it is what it is. Now I want to talk about this comment that this dude said real quick. Like he said something about Akai slow rolling these things for I forget, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he said they're slow rolling the freaking stuff out. Let me explain something to you that you probably didn't catch. All right, so the XL, right? They were working on this machine how many years ago? To the panel. How many years ago y'all think that Akai was working on the XL? 2 years at least, right? All right, Live 3. How long do you think the Akai was working on the Live 3?
I mean, I don't know. I saw it when they made a faux pas in 2024. Where they put something up accidentally that the Live 3 was coming out. That was in 2024, like April 2024.
And when did you hear about the MPC Mini that was supposed to be coming out?
I heard about that years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So let me tell you something about what's happening that people not paying attention to, right? So we know that they've been thinking about they have a structure, a plan of how they're gonna roll out these machines, right? And all these machines have special things that work inside the software. So if you're wondering why the software ain't out yet, it's because whatever they were planning to do a year ago, they're implementing the stuff right now. And if they put out the software, you're gonna see what they're implementing ahead of time. So I think that the reason that they're slow rolling it is because they ain't done with whatever it is that they're doing. And because we didn't even know the XL was gonna be what it is, we didn't know it was gonna have USB-C. Everybody was speculating how many gigs of RAM it was gonna have, blah 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 blah. Live 3. Think about what is coming. And DC brought up a good point. If they're going to come out with a new machine, what do you think it's going to be? It's going to be a keyboard, probably more than likely. And we haven't got a refresh of the Key 61. So if they have another machine in mind and it is a 88 keys or 61 keys, there's about to be problems on people's hands. And I think it's going to come. I think that it will be smart to come out right before NAM is going to preview again. And now they got a new machine to preview at NAM. And now you got all this year for people to talk about the sample. They got all this year to talk about the XL, and then now they drop a new software that's going to work all of it, and then we cooking with grease. But don't sleep on this software. I'm telling you guys, I think that the thing that's missing that people ain't seeing yet is if they ever put their fingers on to make this software a DAW where you can move shit with your fingers and you can actually record into it, it is game over for everybody else.
Over with. So
Over. So yeah, they might be slow rolling it for views, but they're slow rolling it for something else. You got to think a little bit bigger. They're slow rolling it for something else, and it ain't just for views. It's for sales, and they're trying to get this marketplace. They're trying to kill the marketplace where nobody can compete with them. That's
Well,
what
they're
I think.
trying to. Well, I mean, just like they got a breadcrumb you. They have to continue to keep you engaged and keep the buzz, and that's free marketing and all that good stuff. So I'm not mad at that at all. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business. What our job is to do with the tools is to maximize it and really just try to stress test it. So if there's something going on and say, hey, it's just not able to handle, like, has anybody ever have any of y'all maxed out the XL or your sample yet?
I haven't maxed out the Key 61 or the X yet,
I
personally.
haven't maxed out my live too.
Yeah, I haven't maxed out any of them.
Yeah,
I haven't
be
maxed
honest
Lonza, you
with
be
you.
wilding, man.
Yeah, I haven't maxed out any of them, bro. Like I'm serious. Like I've put time in every one of these machines, and I haven't even got close. And now I'm never gonna get close because I'll never sit on a machine long enough to max it out.
Right.
I'm gonna be moving on to the next one. So, it's it's lovely over here. That's all I can say.
Blessings.
Yes, sir.
Blessings.
Yeah, it is. It is a great blessing to be able to do it because you know why? Because growing up, I wasn't able to get it, and then when I was able to afford it and actually get it, it's like, let's see what it's about. And then if I don't like it, I can sell it in or give it away and do something else with it. So,
But see, that's
I,
the reason why I got the sample. It's because, and one of the reasons I did is the sample more powerful than an NV 8000 or 3000 or ASR 10. I did it. Part of that is me trying to say, of course, old heads and people that have been around, they're going to say you need it. And generally, when people were refuting my point, they came with the sound argument. And I understand the sound argument. I mean, again, I've got 8 tracks and 4-track tapes, all that good stuff. I understand that. However, the bottom line is most of this stuff people are not going to have access to, and at the end of the day we have to think about what it is that the average person wants to use. So just to wrap up what I'm going with it, I bought it because I wanted to show people to not, because this game in here, people will kind of gear shame. Oh, you really need this, or you got this, you don't need to do this, or you no. I wanted to sit back and say, hey, look, these people walk around with swords. Check out what I can do with this slingshot. You can kill Goliath with this slingshot.
Facts.
And that's the
Talk,
point that
talk.
I'm making but everybody is kind of like still in this thing where you got to have this and it needs to be this and $3.99 and you are making music. Tell me what's wrong with that. And so I think it's some of us that's been around for a while, been doing music for a while. That been doing music since you saw people record on tape. Then I definitely saw when we started doing stuff in computers. I saw when ADATs came out. I saw when Pro Tools came out. All of those things, the whole transformation of how music went from analog to digital. And at the end of the day, out of all the pieces of gear I've seen, I mean, I remember as a boy sitting there looking at the Roland D50s and the R8s, and remember seeing the 3000s. The bottom line is the reason I have it, but I fell in love with it and I have it, was to say to the younger folks, I know all these people out here saying stuff, but listen to me. This thing works. And it does.
5
100%.
machines. All right, question for you. I know
That's
we're off
facts.
our list of questions. 5 machines that are must have in your studio today. If you had any amount of money that you can buy that you have or you don't have already, give me 5 machines that you have in your studio right now that if you had to list it. Blatantly
We
tell
talking
me
about older machines too?
any machine that exists. Give me 5 machines that you would want in your studio right now.
I think I'll go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I definitely want an XL. I gotta have a 3000, 2500. That's 3. I'm gonna go 1000. And I think I'm gonna go Machine Studio.
Nice list. Nice list. All right, who want to go next? Anybody that want to go next can go.
I gotta hear what Daysun got to say. I gotta hear it. I got an idea, but roll, bro.
All right, I'll take a stab at it. I would love to have a tape machine.
Ooh.
So that I could run stuff through a reel to reel, just to get that vinyl feel. I would like to have like a lathe machine so that I can cut records, cut them myself. Shout out to Jazzy Jeff. I love this XL. I would love to have like an older model MPC, maybe like a 3000 or 4000 or something like that. But then I want a Rhodes, and I would definitely want gotta have a drum set. And I know I'm about to go over. Definitely want some keys. I probably would go like the Yamaha motif, the Yamaha, the XF series and stuff like that, or even the Mod X. I love the montage and the way it sounded, and some of the sounds I've heard on the Mod X I like. And other than that, maybe like some turntables, definitely some turntables, because for sampling and for just cutting a little bit and cutting up on records and adding chops and stuff like that, cuts to records. I love that. That's why I started my new series, give the DJ some, because I wanted to highlight people that did the scratch chorus. So I love that, and that's probably it for me.
Great list. I like that. All right, DC, what you got on your list?
The one I don't have, SP 1200. That's definitely one that I would, and I wish they had a rack at one time back in the day. If I had access to that rack, I would be set. But as far as gear, because I still have like an 88 key Triton. I've got the Modex, all that stuff. I have tape. I think I would want SSL. Like the 4000 strip is around 2000. I think I'm gonna get that. Um, Now I think I would want as far as gear though. So that's to the As far as machines, I wouldn't mind having an XL. Um, it's not. I mean, I will sit here and be straight up. Out of all the stuff that I did, well, I probably wouldn't have mind 4,000. But I'm not gonna lie. If you were going to go and spend the money on the old school one, 3,000 is where you need to go all day long. I mean, there is just.
I got a question for you after you go too about that.
But I can't think of anything else I definitely would want because I wind up achieving it over the years. Go ahead.
Why do you have two 3,000s?
Oh, tell you why I have two. I had one, but the thing is, I didn't have a 3,000 when they first came out, though I used it. What happened was people were just getting rid of the crap out of it when the Renaissance came out.
Wow.
So I was like, easy, let me snatch this up because I knew the same thing. Like, and I only paid a couple $100. I think that LE I paid 800, but I bought this ASR 10 for $400. Folks was getting rid of stuff like crazy, and I knew it was gonna happen. I knew that people were gonna want that sound. It was just a matter of time. And then boom, it just went up. So I bought, like I said, I got that because they were just so dirt cheap.
I got one more question.
Go for it.
Have you ever tested them side by side, sound wise?
Yes.
Do they sound different?
Okay, there's a difference. This one right here was worked by a guy named Canamit MPC. He does phenomenal work, and it sounds good. He cleaned everything up. It sounds good. The LE Bruce Farrat worked on that one, and it's got a boost on it. So, bro, I mean, that thing right there. But I don't ever really bring that out. I'm not sure the fellas that, but it's the boost on it, because you can get that on there. It's phenomenal. But this one right here, and I was showing Lonza how to sample into it. It was really easy, but it's got like this little gain knob, and if you put it in, you crank it up, it'll bust your speakers straight up. You want this because think about this, that a lot of people will look at the machine, but it's really the entire chain. Like when you look at what Dre did, he had the MPC. So this is what people don't realize. When you sample off of tape and vinyl, the reason why it sounds warm, not because it's analog, but it also has white noise, which is pleasant. People go to sleep with that stuff. So, so all that stuff. Right, so all that stuff has like a whole natural to your body's frequency in there. Then the analog stuff in there, and then when Dre's chain was like you have like your LA2A compressors, you had the SSL chain, the 4,000, and the vocal sounded that way because he used the C8000 Sony mic, which was like a $15,000, $18,000 mic, and a Neve. Like, I didn't buy Neve. I have two warm preamps that emulate the Neves, and they're not exact, but they're close enough. Let me tell y'all something. Get yourself some preamps. You don't have to get the expensive. Just get one of them warm ones.
Okay.
So that kind of stuff, when you put all that stuff and run it through there, and if y'all ever need offline, you want some stuff ran through preamp or tape, let me know. I can do that. And if the community wants a pack that has preamps and tape, I'll do it.
I'll be reaching out to you. I got something I got to run by you, so I'll be reaching out.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, yeah, that kind of stuff, the chain. But really, most of the stuff you got right now, I've heard some of the stuff all of y'all have done. Y'all are not lacking on sonics at all. You on point.
Appreciate that.
Salute.
My man.
Let me give you my list real quick, and then I think Blatantly got to give us his list, and then we'll move on. We'll move on, and we won't hold y'all all too much longer.
For sure.
So my list is the ASR 10 or the ASRX. I think that's what that is. That's the one that Don Cannon got.
Yeah.
Hold on. Why not the EPS or the EPS 16?
I don't know. I never had one, but I'm gonna put that on my list. That's on my list, and then S950 is on my list, and then you know what I've been looking at the last couple of days, the Hydra synth I know Blatantly got a Hydra synth. I can't remember which one he got,
Mm.
but they have a Hydra
She
synth
right there.
desktop joint that I like. So the Hydra
Love
synth
it.
desktop joint, and last but not least, it would either be some type of rack gear that I can add to the chain, but and the 3000. The 3000 is that I don't have that I want. So those are
Like you
the 5.
said.
But I am right now. I am distressed for space, and I don't have space for nothing right now. So I'm done with. If it's not gonna be small and be able to like fit in a corner in a crack, I'm probably not gonna have too much to do.
Intervention's correct.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I spent last year getting everything that I didn't have on my list. So I got everything on my list that I wanted, and so this is it. Now it's time to like get to the music.
Y'all know, like Willy Wonka when they all went into the candy shop. When I
Yeah.
went to Lonza's house, it was like that. It was hard not to touch things. I was trying to be like real calm and laid back, but it was very hard. Very hard for me.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Oh, y'all, this is fact. And it's fun, man. I appreciate y'all taking the time to come out and talk to everybody about our thoughts on the MPCs and MPC sample. And let's not be strangers. Let's do this again.
Yes.
What other questions we got on our list do you think that
Blatantly got to drop
gotta go with
down
Blatantly.
his. Yeah.
we got to give us?
Is it a list that we don't have or a mixture of what?
That
It's
you don't have.
Don't have a mixture of
all right, that I don't have would be the AR Sartan. He said that all the ESP. I'm about to look into that now. The Moog Matriarch, Jupiter 10,
Oh.
and one of the Oberheimer Johns. It would have to be a synth.
yeah,
and there's another pedal I want because I'm really heavy in the sense because I'm trying to tweak and really find a sound to where I shocked the game, like change it. Because you know what the funny thing is, it was on the Joe Budden podcast. Somebody was saying, oh, I heard it somewhere. Jermaine Dupri was saying that there's no sound right now. Drill's out, sexy drill's out, all like even the Detroit sound, like there's really no sound. So somebody could come take this right now. And the heavy hitters is not putting out no sound. There's no wave right now. No, the heavy hitters are not really putting out. All right, J. Cole put out something, but there's still no wave. We need somebody to come out here with a wave. You know what I mean? And we out here right now cooking up. We can do this.
Facts.
our job.
Because they need us to create this wave. Because it ain't for our beat or whatever. That's why I'm trying to find a certain sound. I don't know what it is, but I know when I hear it, I'm like, here we go. So that's what I'm in the search of.
To piggyback off of that too, I've been going way back to my older drum kits, like the old school joints, and finding stuff that was popping back then to kind of bring it back to the new.
For sure. Yep.
Man, we missing that, bro. We are missing that. Like the Korg Triton drum sounds and all of that. Like I missed that sound, man.
That was on my list. That was another one to Triton. Because Pharrell had one. Yeah.
But check this out. For the Triton, get the Korg pack, that VST.
Oh, I do.
Sounds good.
Oh, facts.
I'm telling you.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
I'm just telling you, I have that thing in there, but I'll pull out my old. But here's the thing: what I think was going on with music. What's happened is we've sucked the life out of it. We've overprocessed it. And I think that what has to happen, we need to get back to, like when you listen to some of the older stuff, it's actually people you can hear the joy, the fun, the energy. If you auto-tune it out, then you've got to have, like, you ever heard that song, Is Love Unlimited? Jeffrey Osborne sing that song. And he went in there and sang. Those folks often sang stuff in one take. Okay, so right, he's the night have never felt so much.
Yes,
that song,
yes.
One take, and then left up out of there. How do you do that? That's the thing. I think it is that we have to put the human back in the music.
That's a fact.
Come on, man. Come on.
If you can put the human back in the music where it's to a point where you turn it on, I mean, when you turn it on, you instantly, like one of the things I see is that if I play music and a foot's not moving or a head's not bobbing,
It ain't it.
No, we're putting out stuff just to put it out, and I think we've got to get the human, and that's what the analog had. Remember, we talked about the white noise.
Right.
That's pleasing. Everybody was trying to take all that stuff back with the CD stuff, and now you got to put back in a little bit of that warmth. So if it's not a pristine sound when you're recording, let it be. Think about this. Marvin Gaye wrote. What's the name of that song? Keep on dancing. He was walking to the studio, saw a bottle on the ground, picked it up, hit it, went in there, and that's the whole thing that's driving that song is that bottle.
Facts. Facts.
That's where we probably need to go. So what I did was I bought like a little percussion set, and I'm gonna set up with like maracas and tambourines and stuff,
Oh,
and I'm gonna play them, use that MPC sample microphone, and instead of programming it, I'm just gonna play it live. So then that gives it a feel and a groove to it. You
Yeah.
got to get that. Everybody's putting everything on the grid. That ain't the way. You can't have a pocket when it's on the grid.
Turn that quantize off, man, for sure.
Turn it off and see what happens. And guess what? You can always move it around, especially on like the XL or Live 2 or whatever, because you can look right there and see it. Just scoot stuff around and don't have everything locked in. Bring some stuff in and bring it out.
Facts. Facts.
Great advice. Great advice. Great advice. So I want to say thank you to the distinguished panel for being here tonight, taking time out of their lives to join us and talk to everybody about what we discussed in the producer circle. I want to say especially to Daysun, he's been under the weather a little bit the last couple of days. So for him to jump out and spend an hour with us, that is
yes. Thank you, Daysun.
I'm very
Yeah.
appreciative of that. So thank you very much, my brother. And you know, we have these conversations in the group chat about everything that's happening in the music industry. So I suggest that you all do the same thing. Get you a group of people that you can discuss things with, that you can lean on when you need to be motivated to get in the studio and make music, and you know, just live life and have a good time with life. So thank you all for joining us and watching this live stream, and make sure you rewatch it, share it with your friends, and I'll leave it to the panel. If there's any last words that y'all want to get out, please do so at this moment.
I want to hear
Yo.
blatantly in beats in bed. I want to hear what would you when you like get into the studio, when you walk in there, what's your and Dayson as well as you, Lonze, what's your mindset when you touch the instrument? What are you thinking?
Okay, I'll start that for me. Honestly, I'm not thinking much at all. I want to kind of let whatever happens happen. You know, I like to let the machine kind of take me somewhere. You know what I mean? And really, it's often off of my mood. You know what I mean? So, however I'm feeling, man, whatever's on that machine, I'm going at it. You know what I mean? So I don't really have much of a thought process. And I kind of learned that back in the day from Lil Wayne. He had an interview where he was saying if a song takes more than 5 minutes for you to write it, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I approach music. Like I don't like to sit there and think about it too much because before you know it, I'm gonna be EQing and compressing, and I just want to go get into it. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it.
Mine's would be the same. Mine's is just DOT. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Keep it simple. My biggest thing, I want to keep it hot but simple.
Yes.
If I can make a bang and a simple, then that's my main objective. Definitely with this sample, it brings me back to keeping it simple. And to with me having to use the one shot. So now I have to practice to get better at that. Something I was weak at. Now this is bringing out my weakness, which I like. I like a challenge.
Facts.
Great answer. Great answer.
Dayson?
Yeah.
I think for me, I want to create what's in here. I'm always thinking of sounds and melodies and different things I want to do. And so I want to, whatever instrument is available, I want to try to create what's all this music that's swimming around in my head. So that's why sometimes I don't want to be bound by the sample. Sometimes I want to, because my goal was always to try to make my music sound like a sample.
Sorry, that's the wife. That's her ringtone. That's the wife ringtone.
All right.
Keep going.
Hey, we all got them.
What you talking to over there?
So I think that's what I would want to do. I would want to be able to walk in and immediately make what's in my head. So
my man.
And took it right out of my brain. Is that, you know, for so long I could not make what I heard. Like I can hear the music in my head, but I couldn't make it. And so now I've came to the point that when I walk in the studio, the first thing I say is, damn, the cedar wood smell good as shit. Damn, it smells so good in here. This wood smell that don't I pause. The wood smells so good. The wood smells good in the studio. And so when I come in, I'm like, okay, I spent a whole week on the MPC sample. I gotta do something else. I gotta move to something else. But what am I hearing in my head? Who am I trying to produce for this week? Is this gonna be a Chris Brown R&B joint? Is it gonna be for Griselda? Is it gonna be, is what can I make that is going to be different than what they already got in the marketplace already? And I will tell you that when you are dealing with, I'll just say from my experience, when you're dealing with people that are trying to have hits, they want you to make the music that's on the top 10. They want you to make what is popping right now. And so if you can't create that, they don't want to hear your newly created thing that you think is the next best thing.
Yeah.
So you have to either make them want to use what you think is the next best thing, or create a hybrid in between what's already popping and then what it is that you do. I think that's where we're sitting right now, is that the music industry is so enthused and infatuated with the money, making money, how we can make a quick buck, how we can get to the top of the charts, that the old school 1990s Wu-Tang, that ain't on the charts right now. So that ain't what they want to hear. But if you make them believe that that is what's popping right now, and you have artists that have that type of sound that can garner that type of money, they'll go for it. But yeah, when I'm coming,
Griselda's a big one for that, for sure.
I'm thinking, how can we get to the money? What am I missing that I didn't hit yesterday? What sync licensing did I not pursue yesterday? And then based off of my schedule, what show have I missed for the week? So I think that's what I'm thinking.
Great answer. And DC,
right,
we got to get your answer, man.
I probably just get in there, and the first thing I go is, don't think, just feel.
Facts.
And after I've gone through 10 drum sounds, I stop. Because at the end of the day, I can always make it bigger, but I'm going to get close. I was watching this thing on Prince and why he used the Lindrum, because the sounds, I mean, it's one snare. And so he just basically tuned it, and he was like not looking for perfection. He was looking for the energy. He was looking for the feel. So when I get in there, I used to be overthinking, okay, it's got to be this and and now it's just like, don't think, just feel. Don't think, just feel and finish.
Facts.
Because I don't want to go back and finish no more beats. I mean, at the end of the day, is you setting yourself up for failure, because you'll have something sounding hot one day and sounds like garbage the next day, and then 6 months you listen to it, it sounds good. So that's where I'm at, to a point of, hey, get the factory going, feel it, spill it, and keep going.
Facts.
That's good.
DJ Skills says, "Cat scared to be pioneers in music goes for producers too."
Man, Push It was recorded in the bathroom. It was the last song they threw on the album. I can tell you plenty of stories like that. And there's another story in this group, and that's Daysun. It's that there was stuff that people thought, oh, this ain't gonna be crap, let's just throw it on there, and it winds up being hit. The good thing about these days is, like, I do my own I do go through TuneCore, but publishing, I'm just like, man, just stick the doggone music out there.
Come on now.
Right. Yep.
Come on.
Somebody said, don't overthink it much. Don't overthink it too much.
I'm guilty of that. I have been guilty of that.
Yes.
Me too.
There's songs you love that people hate, that they hated when they created it. Like one of my favorite songs is Real Hip Hop by Daz Effects. And they said when they made it, he hated it. Crazy Drazy, he said he couldn't stand it. He was like, what is this? He's like, just ain't. And they were like, no, just trust us. And every time I turn around, I'm like, to the hip, you don't stop.
Yeah. Boys to Men hated End of the Road.
Yeah, that's how it used to be when I was selling beats, man. I would get some artist over and he would just love everything I hated. And it's like, what do you see in it? But You know, it ain't up to me all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
But let me ask y'all, and I know we gotta go, but let me ask y'all this: what do you like? This whole thing of duplicating sounds. I think that trying to fit the trend. Like, where is it that you want to center yourself? Like, do you? And what I mean by that is like when you look back 10 years from now, like, what do you want your music to have said?
who wants to go first on that one?
That's a good question.
And then
I
that's it for
wanted
me.
to convey an emotion. When I was in college, people don't understand. Like, people talk about Mary J. Blige now, but when I was in college, we were in lowriders, riding around, going from town to town, bumping Mary J. Blige. A bunch of guys in the car, and my man had a system, so it was banging. That album, My Life, touched people in a way that, I mean, and when you talk to people, it's women that say, I was going through a hard time. And that album helped me get through a situation. I want people like, turn on Ice Cube's first album. I'm going to go crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm sorry, my ends you love to hate. That's my song. You know, it's just you want your music to touch people in a way that years later they remember how they felt.
That's a fact.
Facts.
That's a big thing. I can lean on that. I say to where like when I pass and they do hear this music to be like, he cared. He took care of us and he cared. Like, like because I put my all into it. You might see me sampling here, but like when this shit goes out, like when I'm really in it trying to find that sound, I put my all into it because I want this shift. Before I pass, I'm gonna make something shift that I do know.
Word. I think I pretty much have the same answer. You know, I just think when they hear my beats, I want them to say, yo, that's Beats in Bed. You know, I miss that era of where people were unique, man. Like Timbaland wasn't Pharrell wasn't Dre.
And you knew the sound. There was you didn't even really need a tag. You didn't need a tag.
You didn't need a tag. You hear that dun, 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 dun. You know that's Pharrell coming out. You know what I mean? Like I miss those days, man. And that's what I want for me. Like just and like Daysun said, man, I want people to feel something, man.
Oh yeah.
Turning that quantize off is everything. Like put your soul into it, put you into it. And you know, to kind of piggyback off of the AI thing, like that's what we're going into that, but like we still got to bring the human element or keep the human element into it.
Oh,
and,
for sure.
You know, put our soul into it, man, and that's what I want for sure.
I just need one. That's all I need. I just need one hit.
You need one what?
One Grammy nomination.
One hit.
I need one hit. And I just need one because I already know what I got. I already know what I do, and so I just need one just to showcase it and say, hey, just like I have a bachelor's degree and a freaking master's degree, it's there. My kids can say, hey, my daddy graduated from college. My daddy was Marine. He retired from the Marine Corps 20 years, blah, blah, blah. You can see it. I just needed to do it one time. I just need to hit it one time. So I just need one hit and that'll be good enough for me. And like Beats in Bed said that, you know, identity, to be able to be identified in your room full of peers. I think that is one thing that I'd like to have on my side of the house instead of you know, being the most popular or I don't want to be. I'll say this and we'll go. I don't want to be like a certain somebody that previewed their beat on the MPC sample in an Instagram post, and everybody was like, "Oh man, that shit was hard. That shit was dope," and that shit was freaking straight trash. And it's only because of who that person is. I don't want that. I don't want you to lie to me and say your shit is hard. I don't want you to say your shit is good just because you are my friend. Now I do that. Like my friends, I support them. Sometimes I don't even listen to the fucking beat. I just be like, oh, that's Daysun, like, you know, or I listen to it and I be like, hey, bro, you got something right there. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to always listen to what they're doing because I'm always in the support of producers and people in the community. So I want that for me. I want people to do the same thing for me. As hard as I vouch for people and promote people and put stuff out for other people, I want people to do the same thing for me. So that's what I want out of it.
My
Can
man.
I just
At,
say this one thing?
Yes.
mhm.
When y'all talked about gear and what you're doing is one thing. When y'all all of you talked about your legacy, you lit up.
Mm.
Every last one of you lit up. Daysun came alive blatantly, Bez and beat. You, Lonze, just turned into, and that's something I think we have to keep in mind and have these conversations. Because I always talk about the outside the studio, like we talk about the gear space, but not the head
Right.
space and the heart space.
Right.
Oh,
And
for
that's
sure.
that thing for me is I feel the same way, so I have nothing to add.
Right. Right.
All right. Well, y'all have been a great panel, man. I think that we've held. I want y'all to know this on my side that I can see. We've held 30 people watching this live for 1 hour and 16 minutes. So I
And y'all
know
know
that
what I
don't
say?
mean a lot.
Salute to the
I
chat,
know that
man.
don't
Thank y'all.
mean a
You know.
lot to you, but that is 20 hours that we are able to share just on my channel. So when you see Beats and Beds video and you see how many people that have stood and watched his channel, and you see Carson's channel and Daysun Civil's channel and freaking Blatantly Blatant's channel, that is an awesome feat that we were able to collab and do this together as a team, and do what we do. So again,
Can
thank
I
you
give a
all.
shout out? Can I give a shout out to
Give,
somebody
give
in
me a
the
shout
in
out,
the,
man.
in the
Shout out.
comments? Linda's son, man. Yo,
Big
that guy
salute.
is so inspiring, bro. He takes every machine, bro, and puts it to work. And that's something I want to leave all of y'all with. Like, all of this
Yeah,
stuff is cool, right? But at the end of the day, what are you doing with it?
yeah.
Linda's son gets busy, bro. And I
Hey,
respect that 100%. So shout out to Linda's son. If y'all are not following that guy, go follow him now.
And I'm gonna add, and then follow his son, FS. Bro, that father and
Oh,
son
Hmm.
duo. If y'all don't know about FS, oh, bro, that's his boy.
yeah.
That's his boy.
I got to check him out. See, I didn't even know.
Bro, I shit you not. Oh my God.
I got to check him out, bro.
While we're doing shout outs, also shout out to Linda's son and his son. Shout out to Masada MPC as well.
Oh yeah,
A
big
lot
shout
of
Sure.
out
this
to
stuff.
Masada.
For
Yeah,
sure.
he's on our side and he's an advocate for us as producers and creating stuff for us as producers. So shout out to him.
And that archive, I can't live without now because I have to put that on all my synths because now my synths are not, they sound dull. Like everything just sounds dull. Like,
Bro. Fire.
All righty then. All right, well, guys, if that is it, there's no save rounds. I think we're out of here, man. Thank y'all for watching the live.
salute.
And I
Thank
think this
everybody for the chat.
is over.
Jamie, DJ
Love you, fellas.
Skills,
Take it
Free
easy.
Beats,
You
Hero,
too.
y'all
Love you.
ready?
Yeah. 5 months. One sound. Turn it up now. Lonze lean back, say I chase feelings. Catch him in the kitchen while the crowd's still eating. Beats and bed greens, I don't sleep, I loop turn. Late night thoughts to a sunrise. Groove days jumps in. I paint in rhythm. Color in the cracks make the dough work glisten. Blatantly laughs, I just tell it straight. If the heart don't move, then the track can wait. PC nods.
I'm the glue, I blend. Put the sparks in the jar till they glow again. We all talk crap like a family reunion. 5 different routes, one loud conclusion. Whoa!
5 minds on the one, that's the way we run. From the first loud clap to the last bright sun. If you feel that spark, let it live in your lungs. 5 minds on the one, 5 minds on the one. Hey!
Yeah, make sure y'all follow, like, and subscribe. Again, thank you to the panel for being here. And thank you all that have watched the freaking the live. And we'll catch y'all on the next video and the next stream. Peace out. Salute. Bum, bum, bum,
Howdy.
bum, bum, bum. I know
That was
we're
a
still
goodie.
live.
That was a goodie.
That was good.